But it's going to be Dengler versus Kirby. And then Cole versus Sodium. And then the winner versus the winner. Top 32, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, we have begun. And yes, this is the first of our top 32 matches or broadcasts. We're going to be doing the red bracket top 32 and then the navy bracket top 32. That is going to be Cole versus Sodium. And then the winners of each of those two brackets will face off to determine a top 8 finisher. So they will go immediately into their top 16 match, and out will emerge a top 8 finisher. On the left side, it is Dengler. Dengler qualified into seed number 3, and that means Dengler got a double bye, basically an automatic berth into the top 32. The top 16 qualifiers got a double bye. They didn't have to play until this round of 32. The 17 through 32nd, they got a 1-round bye. They got to start in round 2. And anyone below that had to play in round 1. So anyway, Dengler qualified in with a what? Where did it go? It's in here. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Maybe I'm a little unprepared. Qualified into the seed number 3 with a 1.78 million. That was the average of his best 3 games played in a 90-minute qualifying period. Regular months, it's a 60-minute qualifier with the best 2 games, but Mega Master is, well, a little bit bigger. 185 here for Dengler, 167 for Kirby. Dengler from the USA has an overall PB, as far as I know, 5.43 million. That's good for about 14th on the overall list. Dengler was tied for 7th in the premier poll. That is a poll of Tetris journalists and broadcasters who rank the best Tetris players every single month. Dengler, known as a person who got, the first perfect max out, the first 1.5 million, 29 transition. He's a 2-time Challenger Circuit winner, a Future Circuit winner, and had a streak of finishing in the semifinals in 2024 of 3 in a row. That was August through September. And by the way, was top 4 in CTWC's championship last year, top 8 the year before. Went out against Dog both times. Being on the right side of the bracket, Dengler will not face Dog unless they both get to the finals. Dengler also won the Northeast Regional in 2024 and an online tournament called Classic Tetris 12 or Level 12. And that is a tournament that starts on Level 12 and charges $12 to get in. Imagine that. Oh my God, so greedy. Terrible. No, it's fine. I'm all for it. On the right side, it is Kirby. Kirby qualified into seed number 30 with a 1.24 million. And Kirby's path was to start in round 2, defeated Vicious Rhubarb to make it here into round 3. Kirby from the USA was top 16 in a Masters event. He made it into a top 16 in a Masters event in January 2024. Played in bronze CTWC in 2021, silver 2022, and in the gold bracket in 2023 and 2024. Also played in Lone Star in 2022 and 2023, and Waco in 2022. So Kirby, another player sort of on the rise, seems to have leveled up quite a bit in the last year or so. He finds himself in the top 32 of Mega Masters, albeit against a very tough opponent here in Dengler. 471, Dengler, 353 for Kirby. Both players with kind of high stacks here. Kirby's going to uncover the well. Takes a triple to bring this stack down a bit. Now, this is a best of 5. You'll see the zeros next to their names. We'll keep track of how many games they've won in this match. The first player to 3 is the winner of the match. We'll be moving on. 439 for Kirby. We're just about 10 lines away from the level 19 transition. That is an increase in speed of exactly 50%. 610 here for Dengler. That is a very healthy transition into 19, and he's got potentially 2 more Tetrises before that. 462 for Kirby, a bit more moderate of a pace here. Kirby back by 150,000 points as we approach level 19, and the game being pretty stingy with these long bars. Kirby's the first one into 19 at 469. Still hasn't gotten that long bar. Has to take a triple and a double. And there is a single. And finally, a long bar for the Tetris for both of them. Dengler at 643. 503 for Kirby. So it's about 140,000 point lead for Dengler. I will have 100 lines of this speed, but the levels will continue to increment, and they'll go up and colors will change. The value of line clears will increment every level. Once we get to level 29, the speed will increase again. In fact, it will double. And there'll be 100 lines of that until the level 39 super kill screen, where it doubles again and it is virtually unsurvivable. 802 for Dengler, 637 for Kirby. Tetris Kirby. There's a spin for Dengler. He's got some cleanup to do on that right side. The prize pool, thanks to the generous support of our viewers, is over $12,000. Last year's prize pool was $26,000. So this tournament, the biggest online tournament in all of NES Tetris. Oh, there's the Vits for Dengler, the vertical eye tuck setup. He pulled back that J piece when he saw the long bar in the next box and created a tuck for it and got Tetris ready a little bit earlier than he otherwise would have. That is good for efficiency. 964 for Dengler. He's basically one Tetris and change away from a max out. There's a double. There's a Tetris, and he's got the max out. We got the change and then the Tetris. 810 for Kirby. So under 30 lines to go until level 29. Dengler known for a very, very efficient stacking, lots of adjustments. He did this on his way. He's been chasing these sort of efficiency goals with like perfect max outs and high transition into 29 and things like that. And along the way has built up an arsenal of, adjustments and moves and things like that. And it's kind of like watching a high wire act at times. But when he's on, he's pacing. And he's pacing right now. B69, that's a 1.1 million. There's a Tetris. He's got a 1.2 into 29. 1.2 million. That long bar hang on the left side. Dengler is done. He's going to top out. The target for Kirby, very attainable here. C10. C10 is the target. This is very attainable. He's got plenty of time. He's still got 90 lines to work with. He does not have to play aggressively. But it's really just going to be a matter of survival and picking his spots. Unfortunately, the stack's starting to rise a little bit. And very hard to chase down a score. No matter what level, the speed, or anything like that. It is one of the most challenging things you can really do. And Kirby's going to hang a bar on the left. Not going to be able to affect the chase down. You can see Kirby, his heart. Oh, no. So we are up to $11,010. Use the Matcherino command if you're watching live. Game number 2, Dengler and Kirby in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. CTM Trabus says CTM should send out heart rate monitors to display on screen during matches. I mean, we do not have a very high medical equipment budget, but I will take it under advisement. I mean, we don't have like trained physicians to put these heart rate monitors on people. What is your medical equipment budget? We have a blood glucose monitor for Kingsman, and that pretty much blows out the budget because he keeps breaking them. 32,000 for Kirby, 38,000 for Dengler. All right, Dengler, it's got an awkward placement of a J piece up there. That's fine. He can. I don't know if that was on purpose, or if he's like, this is the best thing I can do with it, but it leaves him with a very good tuck of an O piece, so it's fine. I'm never 100% sure because Dengler's so keyed in on efficiency, right, and creating, delaying taking that burn as long as possible, that he's just got an arsenal of things that he does that a lot of other people aren't doing. So when I see it, I'm like, well, it could be intentional. I don't know. Maybe. There probably wasn't, but it's fine. Pumpy says, I had heart rate monitors for Kansas City ready, but the players weren't up for it. Maybe next time. You just gotta, you got to normalize it a little bit, Maybe that's the next one for Pumpy, right? Maybe your next one is, I don't know, Heart Rate Tetris Monthly. All right, the double tuck of the S piece for Dengler and an S spin as well. 244 for Dengler, 264 for ID Kirby. By the way, it's ID Kirby. C-Dub says, I had to wear a heart rate monitor in high school gym class, and those things were stinky. So you had to wear other people are just wearing heart rate monitors, and then they're not washing them, and then you have to wear them? I would refuse. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Sorry. Not doing it. 274 for Dengler, 309 for Kirby. They were reused from prior years. Can't they sterilize them or something? I mean, did they also have you share needles? I mean, what was going on at your high school? What the heck? 357 for Kirby, 331 for Dengler. Dengler's working one row off the bottom. There's a Tetris for Kirby, 381. He's ahead by about 50,000 points. That's right, Ogre. Steel CE says, will CTM ever be on Nestris.org? There's no plans for that, but never say never. When it comes to the future. But no plans. 475 Kirby, 469 for Dengler. So Dengler's been able to close the gap a little bit, but just really primarily by being kind of ahead of Dengler. I mean, by ahead of Kirby in lines. It would be cool for broadcast. It would be cool for broadcast, but I need time to think about what would need to be done to make it a secure environment. Let's put it that way. All right, so there's an interesting skim down the right side to leave, a place for an S spin or a J tuck. But Dengler's going to miss the S spin. That's going to complicate his board a little bit and allow Kirby to get back out in front. As we approach level 19, Dengler is in at 546. Kirby now with the 600K transition here in the offing. And there it is. Kirby's in at 614. Dengler's board starting to climb, but he gets a Tetris to knock it down. There's another one. Dengler, 599. Another Tetris. Dengler, again, still like one row off the bottom. There's another Tetris. Sets up again. Another one. And he's now, you know, at that moment was 11 lines ahead, but had a small lead. Kirby takes that lead back. Dengler takes the lead back, but again, the lines are a factor here. Okay, Tetris for Dengler. Kirby with the adjusts here. He's going to nail that Z-spin. Keep that right side open. Gets a Tetris 780. 11 lines in hand for Kirby. So, you know, if this were to continue, you know, if this went all the way to 39, then, you know, Dengler would be getting to 39 and Kirby would still be on 37. But are we going to get to 39? Vandy, it's time to multi-stream on Kick. Plus, Kick is CTM colors. We used to stream to Kick, and I don't know. I just I don't like the vibe over there, and there's almost no benefit. Like it's just a waste of energy to even spend 2 seconds thinking about or doing anything to stream over there. Dengler has the max out and more. A43 now, 967 for Kirby. This is about a, 13 to 17 line ahead for Dengler. Kirby with the max out on 26. There's a triple for Kirby, but his board really bad. Dengler's left side is a mess, but he's got plenty of time to bring this down, and in fact can get a long bar over to fix it all up. So it's like hardly anything happened. Dengler B56, Kirby A22. Now Dengler into 29 at B57. Topped out pretty much as soon as he got into 29 last time. See what he can do here to survive. B75 for him, A32 for Kirby. 5 lines until 29. Kirby hangs that L to the left. Gets a bar over. That's going to help. And now he's into 29 at A42. Dengler at C31 on level 31. There's a Tetris down the middle for Kirby. Dengler's left side. He's going to hang a bar. Can he get anything over? He's trying to bring it down with L's or J's. Or L's? Yeah, L's. And he's trying to bring this down, and he might just... No, he's going to top out at C42. So C43 is the chase down target for Kirby. Still doable here. About 75 lines to go. He's got to fight this down. Oh, that left side is going to be a problem. So these 4 and 5 taps to the left. Okay, he's bringing it down, though. He's bringing it down. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kirby going to top out level 32 at B24. And Dengler, again, will survive. So building up a lead. Topping out into, somewhere on 29. Let's count them down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Thanks for the follow, Silencio 1982. Appreciate that. We're up to 10,006 followers now. All right, now we just got it. Now we just need to. We need to get to what? What's the next goal? 10x. We just need 100,000, guys. All right, that's easy. There's some like business gurus are out there that'll be like, oh, it's way easier to 10x than it is to 2x. I'm like, that makes no sense logically. So yeah, so I'm not going to set our goal at 20,000. It's 100,000. We got to get to 100,000. I think they say that kind of thing just to like, you know, determine who's stupid enough to like believe that formulation, and then they know who they can really sell on seminars and stuff. That's what I think it is. Like, all right, who believed that? You're still left? You didn't leave? Well, have I got something for you? I think that's what it is. Okay, Kirby up near the top of the board. Long bar gets over. That's going to bring it down. There's a Tetris 117. And another one, 140 for Kirby. By the way, YouTube, Silver Sauce, Tropical Palm Tree, DJ Mr. Burrow, Arm, Josh, Tiger Baby Bro, or no, HRO. Tiger Baby HRO. French Fries. Up Chess, you're all hanging out on YouTube. Welcome. $209 Dengler. 156 for Kirby. Game number 3. Tetris is over for Kirby. 182. There's another one, Kirby. He's working three rows off the bottom. Tetris Kirby 229. Oh, Dengler going to miss that S-spin. That's going to slow him down a little bit. But he's able to uncover just a couple of burns. That's going to cost him. So 326, halfway to the 19 transition. And that, you know, if he keeps that up, that's going to be, you know, close to a 700K. Short Sword with the raid, party of 6. Thank you, Short Sword. So we'll be determining a top 8. The first one. Kirby going to miss that little T-spin there, but that's just going to slow him down a couple of lines. Although now the bar's not going to come, so a little bit more digging to do. 296 for Kirby. There's a skim. There's a Tetris. There's another Tetris Kirby. 342. Silver Sauce says the seeding is interesting. It's just based on quals. I wonder if it will ever also account for an overall point, ELO, etc. rankings in the future. Well, I can tell you that it will not. It will not do that. We're not. The results in other tournaments are not going to factor into the seeding for this tournament. It's fine. People can do something like that if they want to, just not how we choose to do it. So that would be ELO, and then a point system, no, because I do want to encourage players to take breaks. I don't want them to play every single month and burn out. And if you have a point system which rewards continually playing and finishing high and never taking a month off, that would counter that. So no to both of those. And I also like there's players who just will never. I don't know. I think it can be demoralizing if you have a couple of bad months in a row and say, "Oh, I'll never get back into a top seed again." Where all it takes is just 1 month to just get yourself back up to where you think you can go. And I think that is very inspiring. And so I just think that's overall better for what we're trying to do. It's a monthly tournament. So, you know, it's always a new month, a clean slate. 640 for Dengler, 560 for Kirby. There's a Tetris Dengler, 666. It's a good question, but of course one we have heard before and have a careful, considered answer to. Tetris for Kirby, 598. 716 for Dengler. Hana with the Tetris. Hop on Nestris ranked after stream, viewers. Yes, everyone hop on nestris.org ranked. Yeah, Pumpy's got memes so old, I don't even remember them. Like, well, I don't even know. What was the incredible Tetris point system? I don't even remember that. But I'm out of the loop. You know, you guys know I'm way out of the loop. Okay, some problems here for Kirby. Should be able to, in theory, burn out of these. But obviously that's going to slow him down a little bit. And right now he's already back by like 170,000 points, something like that. It's based on points. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's like, you know, it encourages people to never take a break. I'm just not in favor of that. And really, why should what you did in January determine like what happens in, you know, like in October? Like you might be an entirely different player by now. So like you're haunted by your old way of playing or whatever. I don't know. $725 for Kirby. He's going to get a Tetris down there in column 7. $850 for Dengler. He's about 300,000 points ahead right now. Floating Mino for Kirby. Tetris Kirby 807. Dengler pacing. He's at B27. There's a Tetris B61. And he's headed toward maybe another 1.2 million transition. Kirby is into 29 at 858. Dengler is in at 1.2 again. And another top out here kind of soon after that 29 entry. So there's a target here of C09 for Kirby. C09 is the target. And that is going to be a top out for Kirby at 905. And so Dengler with sort of the same MO in each of those games. So GG's Dengler. GG's to you, Kirby. Congrats on getting this far. I know it's not the way you wanted it to be, but obviously a lot of skill just to get even this far, and qualifying high, and of course taking a match against a player like Rhubarb takes a lot. So GG's to Kirby. Hope to see you in subsequent months. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Well, I would just call it the blue bracket, you know? And I like the maroon instead of the red. Ayana says, hello, Vandy. Did you drink any water today? I had about a liter of coffee. Does that count? No, I did have water. Okay, we are underway. Classic Tetris Monthly Mega Masters Top 32. It's Coal versus Sodium. It's a best of 5. The winner will take on Dengler, who is the winner of the red bracket. On the left side, it is Cole, seed number 14. This is his first match of the tournament, the top 16. Got an automatic bye into round 3, basically a 2-round bye into round 3. So they get an automatic spot in the top 32. So that's how Cole got here with a 1.4 million average of his best 3 games played in a 90-minute qualifier. Cole from the USA has a PB of 4.22 million. Of course, that is in an uncapped game. That's good for about 18th on the overall score leaderboard. Cole is ranked number 9 in the most recent Premier poll. That is a poll of Tetris journalists and broadcasters. And they go, oh, who are the top 25 Tetris players? And we tell them. And then, I put mine in there, and then everybody else puts their incorrect rankings. That's, I think, how pretty much it works. Oh, wait, I'm laughing at my own jokes again. Sorry, Carl. Anyway, Cole is a former Challenger Circuit winner, was second in that CT12 tournament, the one that Dengler won. Was top 16 in CTWC Gold Bracket last year, and was also top 4 at a bunch of qualifiers, regionals. I keep the qualifiers, they haven't been called that for years. Regionals, the Oklahoma Regional, Northeast Regional, and the Philly Regional. Cole was top 4 in all of those. On the right side, it's Sodium Overdose. He qualified into this tournament with a 1.33 average of 3. He beat Answer to Question, a.k.a. Dylan, in a round 2 match to make it here into the round of 32. He got a 1-round bye. Sodium is ranked number 17 on that Premier poll. Sodium was top 16 in CTWC last year. Went out against Alex, who was the winner of that event. He was in the top 16 in 2021, went out against Huff, who was a finalist in that event, and was top 16 in 2020 in CTWC, and went out against Andy, who was a finalist in that event. So it pretty much takes a finalist in the event to knock Sodium out of CTWC. It's also second in a Dallas regional last year, 4th in Montreal. And he won last year's Boston Tea Parody event, and is also a winner of a Challenger Circuit back in May of 2024. 447 for Sodium, 424 for Cole. Okay, Sodium with that L piece, I think he was going for some kind of buco something, but landed in there pretty awkwardly. So it's going to cause a few extra lines of burning here. 4th in the Dallas Regional. That was a 4-player invitational held up in a bedroom. Listen, Tetris, I'm trying to create a narrative here, okay? I am trying to create, hey, he's a top 4. He's finished in the top 4. Don't argue over details there, Tetris. Don't let reality mess up what I'm trying to do, okay? $482 for Sodium. Tetris won the Tetris Regional. Guys, listen. $608 for Cole, 7 lines to go until level 19. $491 for Sodium. All right, 633 for Cole, 1 away from 19. Sodium's already in at 524. Steel CE says, I love all the weird Mega Masters colors. Yeah, you can thank Pumpy for those. So Sodium's here. Cole is in. 600K transition for Cole. So I think the right side of the bracket, I'm trying to count. Maybe someone can do this count for me because I want to pay attention to the game. But somebody count CTM titles left versus right side of the bracket. Like CTM, like open titles, not DAS. 795 for Cole, 714 for Sodium. So I think on the right side we've got Andy has like 4, Huff has 2, Dengler, and I mean people who are still active in the tournament. Dengler, no, and Sidnev 1. That seems to be 7. $833 for Sodium, $914 for Cole. There's like Dog 9, Hydrant 1, Alex T 7. That's 17. SV with 1, Scooty with 6, Dan V with 1, Fractal with 9. It's a lot on the left side of the bracket. 984 for Cole, 931 for Sodium. So there's going to be a lot of matches coming up in this top 8, potentially players eliminated in the top 16, top 8 that are going to be brutal. Sodium 970, A50 for Cole. So right now Cole's actually back by 4 lines and ahead by, well, when they're even, it's about 100,000 point lead or more. No, does Scooty have 5? No, Scooty has 5 or 6. Oh, no, I don't remember. Well, I'm just trying to do it off the top of my head. I'm not looking at a list. Yeah, Scooty has 6 because we count Lone Star. C59 Cole into 29. Sodium is there at A94. And Cole's board starting to get a little bit high here. Needs to try to bring this down or at least eke out some extra points. So that's going to... Oh, Cole eking out some extra points here. Top out C66. The target for Sodium is C67. That is a 1.267. We'll see what he can do here. He's back by 130,000 plus. Tetris is here worth just about 40,000 or approaching 40,000. All Cole can do is sit and watch and look and wait. See what happens. Still over 100,000 points here to chase down. All right, there's a Tetris Sodium. He's 56,000 points back. He's like a Tetris and change. He's getting the change right now. And he doesn't even really need the Tetris if he can get enough doubles. So now he's well within 1 Tetris here. He's got 30 lines. Under 20,000 to go, but the board's starting to complicate a bit. $5,000 to go. And he's got a channel over on that left side. One more, and that's going to do it. Sodium going to complete the chase down here on level 37. And he's going to take game number 1. So did anyone do that calculation? 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, Jazzy Josh is now here on Twitch. Oh, amazing. All right, we are underway here in game number 2. Steel CE says, on the ranking points versus qual systems, I feel like the quals always lead to super unbalanced brackets. Well, we are not trying to determine the objective correct 100% for all-time order for that month. We're trying to get it basically right. And then the players determine it themselves through their play. So there's 2 things that determine a player's fate that month. How well they qualify, that is a solo achievement. And then how well they compete, that is a, a 1v1 achievement. So we are not trying to go, oh, well, we must, whatever the, like, omnipotent person in the sky knows is the real ranking, the qualifiers must reflect that. No, that's not true. We're just trying to see how well they qualify that month and then let them play it out from wherever they land. There's no, there's no reason that we need to have like certain players on the left side of the bracket or right side of the bracket. Like, it's just however it shakes out, and it's a monthly tournament. So there's always next month. And in the long run, it shakes out. In the short run, nothing ever shakes out according to its probabilities in the short run, really. So calm down. It's fine. It's fine. 300 for sodium, 252 for coal. Yeah, I like Hana's points. The insane early matchups make for interesting finals. Yeah, for sure. And I like the variance, right? If it's just like, why don't we just vote? Why even have the tournament? Just everybody vote on who the best player is and don't even play the matches, right? Online fact, that is how they determined like at least the first year of the World Series of Poker, like way back in the early 70s. Everybody just played each other for a few hours and then they all just voted. So, I mean, we could do that, but it's better to like come down to one winner. $4.24 for sodium, $4.14 for coal. Stone Babs with the prime sub. Thank you, Stone Babs. Appreciate that. If you are watching and you have an Amazon Prime subscription, did you know that you have a Twitch Prime gaming subscription that you can use every single month and grant it to the streamer of your choice? And while it's nothing extra for you, it gives your chosen streamer a little bit of a financial boost. So consider using it for us once in a while. And here's the thing, it's use it or lose it, right? If you don't use it, it's gone. It goes right into the sky. It sends Katy Perry and Gayle King to space with Jeff Bezos. So, rather have Vandy and your fellow streamers. $4.70 for coal, $5.17 for sodium. Tetris coal, $5.15, $5.63 for sodium. Tetris coming in with the science news. Cole on the left side is a bit of a problem. Longbar gets over, and he's probably going to want to get, you know, he's got to be careful that some of this doesn't relate, you know, cause no burn situation here on 19. That left side is going to be a problem. Okay, he gets a bar over. Okay, this is coming down. That's a great L piece to bring it down 2 rows. And so Cole in a dig, a survival dig up near the top of the board. 557 for him. Oh, no. Oh, he's kind of doing something here. And no, that's going to be a top out for Cole at 559. And Sodium is good in game number 2. Kind of an early top out, level 20. Let's go game number 3. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Well, Evan J, I don't think anyone's saying that at all. Nobody's saying that at all. They're just you know, giving their opinions. No one is saying that at all. You gotta relax, dude. Oh, people, you know, it's fine to have strong opinions. It's fine. May the best argument win, you know? It's fine. No, I don't think they give off those vibes. I don't think so. I mean, this individual, some people do, but this individual is not doing that. He just has a different way of looking at it. It's fine. It's okay, man. Okay, that left side for Cole is definitely adventurous, so we'll see what Cole can do to try to recover this and bring this down. This is tricky, actually. Okay, the bar gets over. Ay, ay, ay. Well, Tetris, now you're out of line, Tetris. Oh, my God. 160 for Sodium, 47,000 for Cole. As we get underway, the chat very active here with folks with opinions about the qualifying procedure and all the ranking systems and all that. But I have a pretty settled philosophy on this, and it would take a lot to dislodge it. 185 for Sodium. We are up to an even 12,500, by the way, in the prize pool. We have had contributions since we had Jay in the window come in today with a $1,234 contribution. We had Troy Dan before the stream with 400, Scamando with a 101, Jay in the window with another 12107. Says take that Zempro. I'm not exactly sure what number he got to, but then Silver Sauce came in with 25, and Serial Number with $6.90. That gets us to $12,500 even in the prize pool. Fractal's 7th roommate with a super chat said, if someone wants to pay Vandy's salary, they might have some say. Otherwise, it's just noise. Well, Steel CE does pay my salary, or member, right? You a subscriber, Steel? Oh, wait. Steel's not a subscriber. Yeah, you get to have no opinion. Sorry, Steel. That's right. And Evan J is. Oh, wait. Evan J might be correct now. Evan J has been vindicated. 190 for Cold, 285 for Sodium. Thank you, Fractal's 7th roommate, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. And I think you gave me some support last night, and I didn't notice it until the stream was over, and I think you had left, but thank you very much for your support during my Nestris.org stream as well. Oh, Steel, you got owned by Fractal's 7th roommate. And Evan J teaming up. Oh, poor Steel. Now, someone could gift steal a sub and it would count. 283 from Cole, 338 from Sodium. But it would be, I guess it's funnier not to gift him a sub, right? I leave him twisting in the wind. 32,000 lead for Sodium. Cole gets a Tetris. Sodium gets a Tetris. Wait, why was the term Vits blocked in chat? Who blocked that? Uh-oh. We're going to have to investigate. Tetris for Cole, 375, 384 for Sodium. Does this qualify as online bullying? A little bit, but fun bullying. Madelsberger has gifted a tier 1 sub to Steel CE. Thank you, Madelsberger. Now, Steel CE, your opinions are valid again. Yep, it all counts now. Now you're paying my salary. Thank you, Madelsberger. 467 for Cole, 481 for Sodium. Cole is into 19. He's 2 games down against Sodium. Needs to win this one to stay in. Tetris Cole, 544, 530 for Sodium. Okay, skimming a Tetris for Cole, 597. He's in the lead, but he's also ahead by like 7 lines or so. Another Tetris Cole, 624. Is Neko going to compete in CTWC? I don't know, man. Mr. Spoopy Skeltel has gifted a sub to the CTM community on Twitch. So thank you, Mr. Spoopy. The recipient was Zook. Thank you, Zook, for being the vessel that received Spoopy's gift sub. Sodium 684, 741 for Cole. So Cole with a 90,000 point lead or so, ahead by 5 or 6 lines. Not a lot of lines in the in the overall scheme of things, but it is a factor. My Vits message was auto-corrected and then modded. Oh, did it auto? What? It got auto-corrected to something else that got modded out? What kind of messages are you typing there, Tetris Ranger? That your phone auto-corrects it to that. Uh-oh. Maybe you should... 755 for Sodium, 881 for Cole. Two players whose names can be what? You could write them in chemical formulas. Very, very simple chemical formulas, right? 926 for Cole, 775 for Sodium. There's a Tetris Sodium. Yeah, it's carbon versus sodium. You know, if we last long enough, if CTM lasts long enough, eventually we'll have players with like the whole periodic table will be represented. Cole into 29. He's got an A13. That's 1,013,000. What is it? 1,013,000. Sodium is in at 956,000. So Cole still with about a 70,000 point lead or so. All right, Sodium's board getting a little tough to deal with here. Cole trying to keep his low. He's at, kind of hanging an S piece. Cole's got to take care of that. Sodium, though, kind of in a top-out spiral. That's going to be a top-out for Sodium, and Cole is good in game number 3. So, Cole, you are good. I'm going to drop the seed in the chat and then go grab some water so Ayana doesn't yell at me. I'll be right back. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Toszjij. Oh, no. I think we're one away again. Come on, dude. All right, game number 4, Cole and Sodium. So a bit of an early-ish top out there for Sodium. Cole was already ahead. Yeah, these are two things you'd literally mine for, right? There are coal mines and there are salt mines. What the heck? And both players were digging. There's a lot of connections here, guys. This is... I think we should just let them both into the top 16. What do you think? They can go 2 for 1 on Dengler. All right, Cole up near the top of the board. This is a bit tricky. Oh, my word. Oh, my goodness. Cole is one piece away from uncovering the well with this survival. Come on. Bar this man. Bar this man. Give this man a bar. There's the bar of the Tetris for Cole. This survival. Oh, my word. Clip it and ship it to Line Spin Media, folks. 143 for Cole. 145 for Sodium. When you think it's over. That's the TikTok lady thought it was over. All right, a couple of misdrops here at the bottom of the board. Cole needs to relax and you know, be like, all right, get back down to business. All right, people are comparing and contrasting Cole and Sodium, not the people, but the materials, the substances. $174 Cole, $285 Sodium. And what is YouTube talking about? Yeah. They're just kind of grunting inarticulate sounds as usual over on YouTube. I kid, of course, my good friends on YouTube. 331 for Sodium, 202 for Cole. Joseph F is singing the Element song, like the Tom Lehrer Element song. Oh, you only got through like 4 elements there, buddy. Out with the rest of them. 276 coal, 385 for sodium. I have the complete Tom Lehrer on my shelf back here. Thin rafts. $322 for coal, $432 for sodium. So sodium up by about 110,000. Also 6 lines back. Coal is into 19 at 392. Sodium setting up a Vitz just before the 19 entry. I don't think Jasmine is here, bro. Tetris for sodium, 551 through 139. Coal at 423, back by about 130,000 points. Coal with just about twice sodium's overall PB, but of course that is in uncapped games. But that would seem to indicate a certain facility with 29. 528 for coal, 657 for sodium. Tetris coal, 557. There's another one, 584. Coal ahead by 6 lines. Sodium ahead by 80,000. All right, cool. Going to take a triple and a single. He's waiting on a bar. Trying to preserve some efficiency here. Okay, the long bar gets a nice triple. Long bar over. Tetris 660 for coal. Another Tetris coal, 694. Sodium gets one, 764. They've been keeping pace with one another for a while, with still that 6-line difference. But it is a true lead for sodium. I mean, 6 lines is just a Tetris and a half. Okay, and they're both just dumping in Tetris after Tetris. There's another one, coal, 858. Okay, sodium with a covered well. And he just dumped 4 more lines on the top of it. Sodium did. There's a Tetris, though, to get rid of him. 925 for sodium. Coal now in the lead temporarily, because sodium just got it back. But coal has closed the gap considerably. That just through that little kind of burning sequence there for sodium. And now it's very, very close in score. They're still 5 to 9 lines apart, though. Tetris coal into 29 with a max out A02. Sodium's got one A37, 3 lines until he's into 29. He takes his one last double and a Tetris in at A76. Let's see what Cole's going to do here. He's setting up for one. Long bar gets over. Tetris coal. Sodium, this is going to be difficult to survive if he even can. He's trying. And that is going to be a top out at A86. And Cole is already ahead and takes game number 4 to force a decider. So Cole just hanging around and hanging around, waiting for Sodium to top out. And really, he just got the lead, you know, through that dig sequence or that topping out sequence for Sodium. So there it is. Wow. Decider time. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, the D is right there. Sodom. It says Sodom. So dumb. It says so dumb. Good. Vandy, that's not very nice. That is so mean, Vandy. This commentator is so rude. Okay, we're underway. Game 5. The first player, or the player with the number 3 next to their name, that'll be the one that moves on to the round of 16 to take on Dengler. That one was a sweep. This one is a decider. Hey, Vandy, you play your CTM match yet? Chance we face off against each other if we keep winning. I pinged my opponent, but I don't think I've heard back, so I should ping them again. Looks like we had more contributions to the prize pool, folks. I don't know why the thing is not working, but Jay in the window with $50. Wallbant with $555. That combination gets us to 12, 555, 55. So $12,555.55. So thank you, Jay in the window and Wallbant. Now someone just needs to put in $33,000. We can have all fives. No problem. 280 for Cole, 224 for Sodium. And surprising absolutely no one, Vandy misses a perfect clear. I mean, everybody saw the perfect clear, and I'm thanking the people who are supporting the ability for there even to be a perfect clear on this stream. So, you know, I don't know. Priorities, man. 311 for Cole, 269 for Sodium. Oh, 385 for Cole, 361 Sodium. Sodium with a couple of rows of garbage. Now adding a couple more rows of garbage. He clears them away pretty easily. And he is now uncovered and Tetrising. 389 for Sodium, 432 for Cole. It all comes down to this one game to get to that top 16. To have a shot at that top 8. Kip Duran is torn about whom to root for. Because they're both cool. I agree. 503 for Sodium. 549 for Cole. Here, let's put this over here. Oh, this is a reverse situation, right? That's right. I forgot about that. 575 for Cole, 572 for Sodium, 127 lines each. Pretty neck and neck. Sodium has entered 19 at 599. Sodium is in at 596. You need a reverse sweep icon, I think. It's right there. What do you mean, icon? That's the one. That's literally the icon. All right, Tetris for Cole. See how long he's going to... Oh, beautiful T-burn to set up getting out of that column 9 Tetris well situation. A skimming of Tetris for Sodium, 679. 681 for Cole. I mean, these two really could not be any closer. Tetris Sodium, 760. 739 for Cole. There's another one, Cole, 770. Sodium getting set up. There it is, 790. The Sodium getting a little separation here. All right, the skimming Tetris for Cole, 832. All right, he's filling in the middle of the board, hanging that L on the right. Oh, nice. There's a great rotation of that J piece. Didn't have to take a burn or anything because the bar was coming. There's another Tetris Cole, 926. So we're closer to neck and neck now, at least pace-wise. Cole is ahead. But also, yeah, now when the lines are tied, I mean, it's like basically dead even. Kip says, I miss neck and neck. Well, I mean, it's just, it's a CTWC thing. You can see it. Or C-Tech. Go watch the old C-Tech archives. You'll get all more neck and neck than you can handle. Tetris Sodium, 999. Cole, A29. Same line count. So now Cole with the lead. It's less than a Tetris lead, though. And now players with boards are a little bit high as they're approaching 29, but trying to bring it down. Sodium 8 lines away, Cole 5 lines away. What are these players going to do to try to bring their stacks down before 29? Cole taking a triple and another triple in. He's actually uncovered. Let's see if he can get a bar over to that right side. There's a bar for the Tetris B09. Sodium's board climbing too, but he's going to get a Tetris A68. And all Cole can do is sit and watch and wait. And Sodium is in a top-out situation here. And Sodium is going to top out at A71. And Cole is good. Cole is good. And has completed a reverse sweep to make it into the top 16. It was a drought that really was killing both of them. But Cole just toward the end coming on strong and able to be just ahead, by just ahead, just like one Tetris ahead. That's all it was. Yeah, that's 29,000 plus another 9,000 is basically a Tetris ahead. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice